Ah, shit. This episode of Defective Discourse has been brought to you by our patrons. Here at BRG, we'd like to thank those patrons who have subscribed and donated. It is because of generosity like yours that makes this show possible.
Defective Discourse. Welcome to the show where we talk about the topics that matter to you. Video games, media, technology, all starting now.
Good evening, everybody.
Hello everyone. Oh,
What's
my
up?
goodness. So, everybody's probably wondering what happened to last week or last month. Sorry.
Yeah.
It is a monthly show. So, welcome everyone to Defective Discourse. And those of you who have hung around and watched this show, you do know it is a monthly show that Component Z and myself do on behalf of Bottle Rocket Gaming. And today, I'm going to talk a little bit about last month and what happened there. But today, we have a guest, and that guest is a Macleaniac. You can see him down below, down.
What's
Hello,
up,
Macleaniac.
everybody? What's up,
going?
guys?
So, for those of you who don't know, because most of you have been following Hopalong Games, right? Right, Macleaniac?
Of course.
Yeah. So
I've heard of it
Macleaniac,
anyways.
Macleaniac is one of three, myself being the other one, and then Aggro being the last as part of Hopalong Games. Aggro couldn't make it tonight, unfortunately, but Macleaniac was like, "Don't worry, I'll fill in for both of us." So
Yeah, so I'm two people tonight.
today,
I got Double the opinions on everything.
Thanks, dude, for making it. I really appreciate that. Very nice of you to do that, man.
Oh, it's my pleasure.
Yeah, so I know CZ, Component Z, was dying to get to know you, to meet you. Maybe another time I'll get Aggro in here as well, and we can all work together, which would be pretty cool.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, as I mentioned a moment ago, the show is basically a monthly show. So we pretty much look back at the previous month and pick out a topic that kind of stood out to us. And it could be a topic about pretty much gaming or media news or technology or anything like that. And then we kind of put it out on the table and chew on it and talk about it and what's that word? Unpack it or whatever, right? So, yeah. So last month we were ready to go. Macleaniac and Aggro were ready to go, and literally like a half hour, less than half an hour before the show went live, I lost power, and that just threw a wrench in everything. I didn't get power later till like I can't remember. It was like 1:30 in the morning or something like that.
And then
So-
it went right back out, didn't it? That what you said?
Yeah,
to me?
it did. It went out again at 4, but when it went down at 4, it was like less than half an hour it was out, and then it came back and we were good. So I don't know what it is. I live in 2018 and still have power outages. That they happen often. It just sucks. But that's what happened last week. And I know CZ hopped on and kind of gave an explanation to everyone, let everyone know why the show wasn't going to happen. So here we are. We are back, and we're gonna talk about the topics we had kind of lined up last month. We might touch upon something else that CZ was pointing out, but I'm not going to say what it is in case we don't feel like we want to go into it. Yeah, I know. So at this point, before we get into it, I just want to, I already kind of briefly described what we do. We just go into a topic. So you know what? Forget it. Let's just go into a topic.
Before you start setting stuff off.
So what's going on with Silver?
He was stretching out. He was starting to lay on my keyboard, and I was afraid he's going to start hitting buttons and stopping recording for changing settings and.
All right. So, as you guys may see from the actual topic, or not the topic, but the title of the stream, this is basically Banhammers of Doom, and we're gonna kind of cover off some articles that popped in July regarding different companies that were banning people for various different things, all the way from like PUBG stuff.
Some of the bands were good. Some
Yeah.
of the bands were bad. Some of the bands were just stupid.
Which is usually the way, right?
Well, you know,
yeah.
I mean, there's times when bands are useful, and we're gonna cover those times when they're useful. But there's some times when they're just stupid, and we're gonna cover those too because I have that article.
Okay, all right. So I'm just going to start off with the first one, and I'm just going to read off some points about it, and it's specifically to do with Steam doing a whole bunch of bans. And this was dated, the article was dated July 23rd, 2018, so it wasn't too long ago. And they had held an old record of about 40,000 banned accounts following its summer sale. And apparently this was smashed. This record was just blown out of the water with their VAC system, or also known as Valve's anti-cheat technology. And apparently it was over 95,000. Over 95,000.
Over 95,000
users from service, and that happened not too long ago, like back in July. This was noted by PC Games N. The bans were likely due to the VAC system identifying cheating from the affected accounts. Apparently, the system they have, VAC, will monitor popular games such as Counter-Strike, Dota 2, Team Fortress 2, Call of Duty, Ark, and apparently about another 300 different type games. And these bans are not temporary bans. This next part of it was what kind of blew my mind. Because I got to tell you guys, I have a ton of games on Steam, and I've spent a ton of money on Steam, right?
Yeah.
And when these accounts get banned, they get banned, and this is a permanent thing.
Yeah.
You can't go and expect to hop back in. Sorry, go ahead, CJ.
Yeah. Even Steam support cannot unban these accounts. That's how permanent these bans are. So
Pretty lethal.
Yeah. We're talking to get back on Steam, it's a brand new account. Requires a brand new phone number. It actually VAC bans by phone number too.
Yeah, so like any games you previously owned once you got banned, you'd have to repurchase them all over again.
Yeah.
Any of your cloud saves, you would lose all the progress. So let's say you were playing a game like, I don't know, what's a game that you spend hundreds of hours in?
Well,
Minecraft.
Well,
Yeah, one that's not on Steam, yeah.
to be fair, I have about 1,500 hours in Star Trek Online.
In which one? Sorry, say that again.
In Star Trek Online, I have like 1,500 hours logged.
You should get banned for that.
Hey, come on. 1,500
just
hours
kidding,
in an MMO is not bannable.
No, that's true.
Could you imagine, CZ, you get banned and those 1,500 hours gone?
Yeah.
If, let's say, you were willing to get a new number, create a new account, go back, buy the game again, would you put that 1,500 hours back into it?
Probably not.
Yeah, like it's insane.
Yeah.
And so, like, people are doing what they're doing, whatever it is, however they're cheating, and this system, the VAC system, Valve's anti-cheat system, is catching them. I wonder how perfect it is. It's probably like there's got to be people that get banned wrongfully. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well,
probably.
that's the thing
but...
about this too. Oh, go ahead.
No,
you're
I'll
jump in after. The thing about it is, like, if you have all these Steam games and you're actually jumping in and cheating in something, like you've agreed to whatever terms of service it is to play online, and you've still, you're doing exploits and you're cheating. Like, I actually have very little sympathy for that. So, you know what? Get banned. Enjoy it. Get wrecked. Get out of here. You're done. But I do recognize that it's not a perfect system, and it's going to catch people that don't deserve it, and that is brutal. Yeah, that's like the cops kicking in your door and putting you in cuffs, and they're like, yeah, you murdered someone, and you're like, what? Like, you're going to jail. Like, you're in jail now. Like, no trial, nothing.
Yeah, and it turns out that they wanted the guy next door.
Yeah. Or in a different city or state, right?
Yeah. Yeah, guy has the same name, lives across, across town.
Dave Johnson, you're coming with us. John Smith.
Yeah.
So the last little point on this particular article, it was an article from TechSpot, and this kind of gives you an idea. One of those accounts that had been banned held over $30,000 in CS:GO skins it had attached to it.
Yeah.
It's 30 grand in just skins in one game.
And they lose all of that from a VAC ban.
But I'm going to say I side with Macleaniac here. If they're in there and they're doing something that's fishy or they're they're cheating, and it's something that is, without the shadow of a doubt, they should be banned. They deserve what they get.
Well, that seems kind of fishy too, because Steam recently did the whole thing where they were totally against all those the gambling sites related to Counter-Strike. Yeah. So if someone had $30,000 in CS:GO skins, I don't know, that's like being like, yeah, those bricks of cocaine are mine, but they weren't purchased illegally. That's all above board, right? I'm not saying that it definitely is sketchy, but I don't know. There's some alarm bells there. I could see why it got caught.
Yeah. That ranks.
So there's more. I don't know if you want to carry on, or CZ, or.
I was gonna bring in a kind of a neat little story I heard. I heard a story.
Okay, go ahead.
This guy with the $3,000 worth of CS:GO stuff reminded me. I was listening to the radio and they played a 911 call, and the guy calls 911 and said that he had been robbed. He was walking down the street and he was mugged, and the 911 operator, trying to get more information, goes, "Do you know how much you had? Do you know how much money it was?" He's like, "No, I hadn't finished counting it yet." And she's like, "Counting it?" He's like, "Yeah, I just robbed the 7-Eleven. I hadn't finished counting the money, and this guy mugged me."
Oh my god! I'm telling you, man, I don't get people.
Yeah. But yeah, that's
amazing.
Yeah. Calls the cops because he was mugged and then admitted to robbing the 7-Eleven. And of course, 911 calls are admissible in court.
Oh, nice.
Actually?
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, most 911s record their phone calls, and they are admissible in court.
Crazy.
All right, I'll carry on with the next one. I remember reading this a little while back. So it's a article from Kotaku, and it specifically centers around PUBG. The article reads, or the title of the article is, "PUBG temporarily bans top streamer who played with hacker." So this article was from July 10, 2018, and the Twitch streamer goes by the name of Michael Shroud. I can't read that. Greziak.
I'm not even going to try because...
Greziak.
So
I know butchers. I could probably cut that better than I would be able to.
Just call him Shroud. He's one of my favorite streamers, for the record.
Are you serious? Yeah.
Oh, I love this guy. Yeah, he's from Mississauga, Ontario.
Okay. Oh, wow. I didn't even know that. That's
yeah.
Learn something new every day.
So he was banned for about a month from PUBG after he had played alongside of a hacker. The ban itself happened where there were clips of Michael collaborating with the hacker, and in the clip he was riding in a flying car with the hacker, and then exits the vehicle to kill a player that was hidden inside a building. So it was weird because PUBG was contacted by Kotaku about it, and they basically responded with this statement. The statement was, "We do not publicly disclose or discuss individual player penalties. We encourage all players to refer to our posted PUBG rules of conduct here." And then they had a link that would bring the person to that. Now, Michael stated that he was trying to have a good time. Basically, he goes, "I was trying to have a good time. Obviously, I knew what the fuck I was doing, which wasn't a great idea. It seems like a great idea. it seemed like a great idea, but it wasn't a great idea. I'm sorry for those peeps who are real upset with me, because apparently this pissed off a bunch of people who are watching, right? With all the, flying around with the cheat and such. So that was his statement. Yeah, it's pretty interesting, because some people, you know what, if I had seen that, I probably wouldn't have gotten pissed off. I probably would have been like, oh, okay, well, wow, that's different,
Oh, if you're not in the game,
Oh,
if you're not in the game and you're not playing against someone that's cheating, it's entertaining as hell for a stream. That was probably such a fun stream for everyone watching, just being like, look at this ridiculous stuff. And to be honest, I've watched his stream quite a bit, and there's moments where he runs in, especially with the proximity chat, he'll run into people that, are just acting weird, and he won't kill them right away. And even that could be considered teaming, which is an offense that can get you kicked or banned or whatnot. But it's so entertaining. So there's always he's always kind of on the line, and I think he just went too far in this instance. So
he's riding that fine line.
But it's so entertaining. He's got a lot of really great streams. It's hard for me to side against him on this one, because I actually really do like him as a streamer.
So that's the other thing too. Some people were upset at him, but other fans of his were siding with him and saying that, why is PUBG punishing him when really they are supposed to be punishing the hackers who are doing the hacking?
Yes.
He wasn't really the hacker. He was along for the ride.
Loosely enabling. I don't know.
Yeah.
I could see how he'd get off if he's not doing it directly. That's more like, hey, don't encourage this, instead of like, hey, stop hacking or stop cheating.
Yeah.
The CEO, is it the CEO? Sorry, the designer of PUBG, Brendan PlayerUnknown Green. Every article I ever read about him in, it's always Brendan PlayerUnknown Green.
Yep, he's PlayerUnknown.
Yeah,
exactly.
And he's got his own battleground.
He does.
So his statement, his statement in response to this was, in my house, you follow the rules or you GTFO, get the fuck out.
Is that what that means?
Yeah. Which is pretty cool. Oh my goodness. PUBG 2. People are cheating in that game? Wow.
Yeah.
Have you guys okay, I'm going to take a small break from the articles that are there. Have you ever been in a game, either one of you, where someone's cheating and you could tell it's a cheat?
Yes.
100%.
Like, for instance, mine would be, I remember watching, playing World of Warcraft and watching one player stand there, wait for a ore to regenerate, go there, pick it, come back. And that's all it would do. You would talk to it, and it wouldn't respond to you. Nothing.
Yeah.
Somebody was spotting.
Big time.
Go ahead.
Oh yeah, I got this memory of playing. I'm racking my brain trying to get it straight, but it was either Diablo 1 or Diablo 2, and this is a while ago. And in the town in that game, it was a safe space. You could just walk around and talk to your vendors, and but when you're out in the fields, you could run into another player and they could kill you, and you drop an ear. So there was a whole bounty system. It's like, this guy has a bunch of kills, I'll pay this much for his ear and all that. And there was a hack that came out, or a mod, or a cheat, whatever you want to call it, where people were able to kill people in the town.
Okay.
So if they get you, you're done. You can't even pull out your weapon. You're just you're in I'm being social mode, and you're just walking around, and someone just comes in and hacks you down, grabs all your loot. You literally drop everything on your body. They take everything. They grab your ear, and they just peace out.
Oh my
God. And that dubbed the term the player killers, which you see all the time. You see PK all the time. This guy's a PK. So that was one of my earliest experience with it, and it really soured me on the game, because I was I'm spending all this time grinding, and then someone else is just coming in and picking it off my body. It's just did not seem right. So I hope all of those players got banned. They probably didn't.
Probably not.
No.
D himself says that was Diablo 1 that happened.
Was Diablo 1? Yeah, nice call,
Diablo
D
1.
himself.
My instance,
easy, yeah.
My instance was back in the day. I was a Modern Warfare 2 player. I loved Modern Warfare 2. I loved deathmatch, team deathmatch, mostly team deathmatch. But I remember playing a team deathmatch game and moving is actually with a small group of people. There was probably 2 or 3 of us running together, and all of a sudden one of the guys on my team just stops, turns, and fires at a wall and gets a headshot. I'm like, well, somebody's absolutely got an aimbot, because there's no way you could have known where that guy was through a empty wall,
right?
Let alone to headshot him from where you were at.
I hate that. That makes my blood boil. I'm getting upset thinking about all these stories.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to keep on going, actually. So, I don't know. I'm going to do this one, and I don't know if you want to go into the next one, okay, CZ?
Well, to be fair, I don't have the OneNote open because I have so much everything else
I'll
open.
cover them up. No worries. So this one actually is to do with Twitch streaming. So we kind of touched upon streaming with the other guy in the last one, but this one's a Fortune article from July 3rd, 2018, and it's basically 2 popular Twitch streamers banned for a month over hate speech. So 2 Twitch streamers, Destiny and M0E, I guess it is. M-O-E? Mo, yeah.
Mo.
We're both given 30-day bans. Yeah. For basically for recent homophobic, violent, ableist, and racist statements. The ban itself meant that they could not appear on stream for a period of 30 days, meaning they are unable to earn any kind of revenue in that time for the duration of the 30 days. Destiny had been banned back in January for about 7 days, threatening another streamer, which his fans stated was just a joke. Mo took to Twitter with an apology, and I'll read the apology. It basically read, I want to say sorry for anyone I offended with the word I used. My intent was never hate-filled. If you know me at all, you would know that homophobia is one word that has never been associated with me before. I promise from now on to hold myself to a higher standard. So the guy came across and apologized for what he did. It's kind of weird, though. Do you hold them for what they say? I think, yeah.
100%. 100%. Okay, if David Letterman was being broadcast and he drops the N-bomb in the middle of a broadcast, he would never be on TV again. He would be done. 100%. So they're lucky they only got 30 days. They're responsible for the fact that they're broadcasting. So they are held to a different standard. It's not like you're on a private party chat and you're with your buddies and you said a bunch of dumb stuff. This is broadcasting. This is live. There are people watching. You don't know if they're children. You don't know who they are. It's not all right. So good riddance. They're probably already back. It's been 30 days.
That's the other thing, too, though. How severe is the ban? Now, these were 30-day bans. Destiny and Mo are not the first, though, to receive bans on that platform, on Twitch. In March, a streamer by the name of Hypnotics. I can't even say it.
Hypnotics.
So get this, he received his 10th temporary ban. 10th. And then later in May, he was permanently banned. And he took to Twitter as well, and he wrote down perma-YT, standing for YouTube. So he said, permanently banned on Twitch, will start streaming tomorrow on YouTube. Doing so much content that I've never been able to do. So he was
not even owning up to it.
Right. Yeah. Not even owning up to whatever it was that he was banned for. And on top of that, he's like, oh, I'll just move from this platform to this platform. How long do you figure he'll last there? He's going to have to... He'll probably have another 10 temporary bans.
Oh, yeah. He'll be on Mixer next month.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah,
He'll just keep jumping platforms,
Okay, also streamer Turner Kenny, also known as Faze, F-A-Z-E.
FaZe Tifu.
Yeah.
I'll help you with these guys. Don't worry, I got you. Yeah.
Well, he got a 30-day ban for racial slurs, so little tidbit extra in there.
Incredible player, but sometimes...
Oh, you know him?
I do, yeah. He plays a lot of Fortnite. He
I don't
he
know
does.
how these guys.
He's a really good Fortnite player. Really good.
Okay.
I try to keep up.
I don't get how they just screw things up like that if they got something good going.
They get too comfortable.
Speaking of Twitch and YouTube, let's jump to that one, because that one bugs me to no end.
Okay. Which one's that?
YouTube's there.
It's there. I think it might be the bottom one on the list.
Yeah, it is. Okay, I'll jump there and then I'll head back up to the other after. So the bottom one on the list is from Engadget. It's July 12th, 2018, and YouTube terminates accounts promoting Twitch streams. Oh yes, I remember this going down.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll read it through. This is actually pretty good because I have a little personal piece in this. The fight between YouTube and Twitch just got a hell of a lot uglier. Producers like, and this is a channel that I follow, Linus Tech Tips. I love watching his channel on all new tech stuff, video cards, CPUs, and so on. And there's other ones, Cerny and Astrozist have complained that YouTube abruptly, though temporarily, terminated their accounts for using videos to promote their Twitch streams. Such as LTT's The WAN Show, so Linus Tech Tips The WAN Show, and I watch that show quite often, actually. It's not that the videos weren't violating any rules. The site has long forbidden videos that primarily drive people off of YouTube. So in other words, what they were doing, so everybody gets the picture, they were posting a quick little 30-second blurb on YouTube saying, hey, we're going live in about 20 minutes on Twitch. Why don't you come join us? And this was something that apparently YouTube, for a while, has been saying, no, it's not. It's bannable to do this, to take people away from our website and send them to someone else's. And so they got banned, and it ended up being temporary. Excuse me. So, okay, where was I here? This is oddly harsh. Okay, so YouTube didn't directly address any of the inconsistencies with enforcing both Engadget and Polygon asked about the terminations. Instead, it directed concern people to Twitter posts maintaining that you can absolutely produce videos promoting Twitch. So it's kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? A little murky as to what's what. Since this happened, though, I can tell you this: Linus Tech Tips no longer posts that video.
Yeah.
And when this occurred, when this became news, I have had little short blurbs telling people I'm about to start streaming on Twitch, and I posted on YouTube. It would say 30 minutes later, and I made some pretty clever ones where I had a computerized voice named Daniel be my hypnotist and hypnotize the people in the video and tell them to come see me. So as soon as I saw this, I went in and just deleted them because it's just not worth it.
Well, and kind of on another side of this, just
because you said this really bothers you, so tell me.
Yeah, this, let's face it, YouTube knows what's going on. YouTube knows that people are posting their, taking a Twitch stream and then uploading it to YouTube for archival reasons, because we can't trust Twitch for that. I love Twitch, but that's one thing they don't do, unless you're a partner. But this is the fact that they did it with no warning. No strikes, no warnings, just boom, there they are.
Like somebody flicked the switch one day and there it was.
Yeah. And then, you're hitting people like Linus Tech Tips. I mean, that's a big
channel.
Yeah,
it's a big channel. Last I checked, he had like 5.7 million subscribers.
Yeah. I'm a big fan of that show, personally.
Yeah.
It's good content.
It really is.
You don't lash out against good content. That's what makes your whole platform.
Yeah.
You can't survive on memes. You need actual content contributors.
Yeah. But on the same token, on the other side of that coin, for example, any stream on Twitch that is affiliate or partner, part of their agreement is Twitch gets to basically gets the rights to everything you do for 24 hours.
Yep.
So they get like, for example, this podcast. Since we stream it live, we can't just take it off here and instantly post it to YouTube. Has to be outside of 24 hours.
Huh.
We can get banned from Twitch for not leaving them, for not giving them that 24 hours.
Right, yeah. Which is why, like, once this episode is, and you guys watching, you can watch this if you missed it on the YouTube channel, on the BRG YouTube channel, but it won't post until 2 days from now, Thursday. So the reason we're doing that is to keep within, outside of that 24-hour exclusivity. Yeah, you got it, exactly. So it was pretty interesting to see that happen, and like you said, CZ, it was just boom, out of nowhere. It was like all of a sudden, the channels for Linus Tech Tip gets terminated, but I remember watching a video right after where he didn't go into details, but he just said, "Oh, well, we spoke to YouTube, everything's fine, and we ironed it all out." So
no kidding. Think you
reeks. It reeks to me of like jilted ex-lover behavior. You know, like if you're gonna go over there, then well, you can't come back here. You know, like
Sony.
Like, I don't know.
Sony.
Yeah. Totally guilty. And I think that rules existed for quite a while on YouTube, but like back then when they probably instated the rule, like things weren't quite as volatile on YouTube as they are now. Like, I'm seeing more and more videos getting posted to Reddit where people are just being like, what the hell? I've been demonetized for no reason. I'm getting all these strikes. Like, it seems to be happening more and more and more. So people that are content creators on YouTube are trying to, hedge their bets. They're trying to say, well, listen, if this just disappears tomorrow, hey, friends watching, will you come watch me over here? Like, it makes sense. Yeah, like they're just trying to protect their livelihood. They're trying to, give their audience something to watch.
Yeah, and I mean, and for some people, like, using Linus Tech Tips as an example, that's how he makes a living.
Yep.
So, if he, 7 days, okay, that's a vacation. But if it was like a 14-day, even a 30-day ban, not only does it cost him the money of he would make from the viewers watching the videos, but that could actually cost sponsorships. Because he actually has big sponsors that they make ads for.
Yep.
That can cost him sponsorships like that too. And that's revenue money for them. That's serious revenue money.
Yeah. That's some bullshit. YouTube, quit playing.
Yeah.
We love you, but quit playing.
I'm gonna jump back up to where I left off earlier and get into some other bans, type of bans that have been happening. These are all focused in gaming. Yeah.
Yeah.
And one of them, actually, two of them have to do with Nintendo. But I'll start with the first one.
I think there's 3 on Nintendo.
Is there? Okay.
I think there's.
You're right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So this is an article from IGN, June 21st, 2018. Nintendo now permanently banning Switch users with illegal games from online play. So not too long ago, I don't know if you guys recall, but the Switch was hacked. So someone figured out how to hack the Nintendo Switch, which is a hugely popular gaming console, handheld / gaming console. And it's done very well. Nintendo basically pulled a phoenix out of the fire kind of thing, brought themselves back from the brink. And I think this is the kind of thing that I would say most manufacturers, so Sony, Microsoft, if they had a handheld, let's say Nintendo, kind of fear happening when they release a console, and that is it getting hacked. They'll put whatever measures they can, but nothing's 100%. Nothing's going to be foolproof, right? So their console did get hacked, and that allowed for the console to have homebrew run on it, games that are not, what's the word I'm looking for? Authorized
Legitimate?
by Nintendo, or legitimate, exactly.
Yeah.
So
I think it also includes region locked games. So like if it's if it's a Japanese only title, you can't have it on an American Switch.
Yeah. So at this point, what Nintendo started doing is, after this became a thing, because it really picked up steam within a few weeks, and people were doing all kinds of cool things, and also hacking and playing cracked games on it. So Nintendo started cracking down on this piracy, and apparently they're able to detect pirated games with anti-piracy measures. When connecting to the game network, there's a certificate data encrypted in the game that is checked against the device ID. Apparently, if it doesn't match with the game, then it gets banned from the online service. So they're not preventing the game from working; they're just banning that console from accessing online services. So if you had a game like Splatoon and you played it online multiplayer, it would disallow that.
Well, the other thing is, it's not only that gets affected. Okay, like you're a Switch owner. Okay, yeah. If you got caught with, let's say there's using the Japanese game as an example, if you jailbreak it, region unlock it, and you put a Japanese game in there and playing it, if it connects to the services and say, hey, this isn't supposed to be in this Switch. This is a Region 1 Switch, and that's not a Region 1 game. You also lose access to the eShop.
That's correct.
And the virtual console.
Yeah. You're right about that. Yeah. I remember reading that. So it's not just the access, but even to buy games, or even to, your account gets basically banned. There's another one from another article, basically still continuing on with Switch piracy, and that is from June 20th, 2018, from Game Revolution. The title itself for this article is Switch Piracy Causing Nintendo to Ban Individual Game Cards. So it kind of blends in with what I spoke about 2 seconds ago. Every physical game cartridge has a unique code which acts as a certificate and holds encrypted information about that card. Nintendo is then able to detect if the user has data from an authorized card for the right title. If not, the console and or game card can get banned from going online. What is this? In addition to the moral ambiguities that come with the piracy, it also inconveniences legitimate second-hand buyers. So yeah, that could mess up other people who might buy a used game or a cart, right? So I actually have no problem with buying both cards and digital downloads. I was buying mostly digital downloads on my Switch. I ended up buying like a huge SD card, but lately I've been moving more towards cards, the actual game cartridges, only because I want to have something physical that I can put on my shelf. But that's more a collector's kind of obsession type thing.
I do have a question now.
Yeah.
Have you licked any of them?
I have not. I have not licked any of them.
I've heard all about that.
I was tempted to when I found that out.
Yeah, I want to know how real that actually is. If there's a bitter attached to the.
Yeah, I got a card around here somewhere. Where are they at? It's actually
here
behind my screen. Can't access it right now.
Oh man. So and some people might go, but I never see anyone cheating. This next article actually is kind of like, I don't know how to explain it. It's a guy. Okay, I'll just read it because it's funny. It's ironic, very ironic. So this is an article from Eurogamer, July 12, 2018, and Nintendo bans a Splatoon 2 cheater who hacked the game to ask Nintendo to ban cheaters.
What?
So if you look at the link, if you follow the link, I don't know if you can see it on the stream. Yeah, there it is. I see it. Basically, this guy got banned from Splatoon 2 after he hacked the game in a bid to call Nintendo on to combat cheaters. So let's see. He basically went into the scoreboard and changed it so that the scoreboard actually read. I got to open this up. It actually read the who's in first place, second place, third place, and it said please for first place, add for second place, anti for third place, and then I can't see the rest.
Cheat is third.
Anti-cheat, yeah,
Cheat.
is the last place, yeah. So he basically hacked the game to kind of make a point to Nintendo that, hey guys, the game isn't secure. You need to get your shit together and make this game a more secure game because people can hack it, and look how easy it is. And then, of course, what does Nintendo do? They go and ban him.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds about right. Well, it sounds like he was like what they call like a white hat hacker. You know, like those.
What do you mean?
Well, I think the term white hat hacker is connected with someone that like breaks in to test defenses. It's close to that. I guess he was doing it more, to make a point. But he was making a point that, he's saying, I shouldn't be allowed to come in here and do this. Like, I'm doing this to show you that it's possible that people can do something about it, Like, I get the point. I could see why it got him banned, though. I mean, you can't be surprised by that.
But actually,
whether you make your point or not.
Just so you know, you did get the terms right. A white hat is somebody who usually referred to as an intrusion specialist.
Okay.
But they are white hat hackers. They are hackers that are known to, either hack to, find flaws and bring their attention. There's actually been groups that have white hats that have found a flaw and actually coded the fix for the flaw and left it and just like installed it and hacked in and said, well, this is not where I'm supposed to be here, let me fix the flaw that I used and get the hell back out.
Yeah, though a lot of white hat hackers get hired by these companies because it's like, wow, you know how to get in? Well, come on board and close up all the leaks, like
Plug up all the holes.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
If anybody here is a fan of the Twit network, this week in tech, there was a girl on there. Her name was Snubs. She's actually with Hack 5, and she is white hat. Like she is probably one of the best that I've ever seen.
Oh, that's the one you told me about the Wi-Fi.
Yeah, the Wi-Fi pineapple. That was was Hack 5. That was Hack 5's Wi-Fi pineapple.
Pretty cool.
I mean, in my head, I just picture all these people walking around with white hats and black hats, and I'm like, who am I? I'm rooting for the ones with. I picture them like white top hats, like out there, like saving the internet. Like
I was thinking Gandalf the White.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay, so
actually, before you jump in, I had one thought. I was actually thinking this after. So, the one article you were talking about that was about that there might be a negative connotation for people buying secondhand Switch games.
Right.
I had the thought, the benefit of the Switch is that's a portable system. Like if you go to a used game shop or you're meeting someone off of some online service, like put the game bring your Switch, put the game in your Switch and boot it up. Like you can protect, like it's not like I can drag my PS4 around. Like this is a unique console in the sense that you can bring it anywhere. Like test your shit before you buy it.
Yeah.
You actually have the ability to do that with that system. So
Good point.
test it. Get tested.
Get tested.
I think that's a different type of test.
Oh, you might be right. Yeah. And my wires crossed.
So this, I think, is the last article we have specifically to do with the Banhammer of Doom topic. It is from The Verge, July 17, 2018. And the title of the article basically reads, "Watching Ubisoft ban jerks in Rainbow Six is now my favorite part of the game." So I'll read some excerpts out of it. Right now, Ubisoft is automatically banning players who use specific words in public chat channels. The punishment seems to be swift, and the twist is that the bans are broadcast to everyone who's online at any given time. So people who didn't even witness the bad behavior get notified of each and every ban. That's pretty cool.
I love it. That's like heads on a pike, man. Like, make your statement, like...
So people who didn't...
Savage.
That broadcast feature was mostly used to notify everyone who is online that someone has been banned for cheating. But Ubisoft is also broadcasting when the people get banned for toxic behavior, and as enforcement has substantially increased, in the past week, steady stream of trolls are being purged publicly from the community. It goes on to say, in March, Ubisoft outlined its system for enforcing abusive speech rules, which includes racial and homophobic slurs and hate speech. Players are banned for 2, 7, or 15 days, depending on the severity. Most severe, eventually, you get a permanent ban, basically a punishment of a permanent ban, which is pretty. But that's pretty cool. Well, not. I mean, it's a way of using, I guess, embarrassment.
Yeah, make an example.
Yeah, make an example. Exactly. It's like,
it actually makes sense. If people see it happening, I don't know that anyone wants to get banned, and if you want to get banned, you can do it pretty quick. Like, you can literally end your fun like in an instant.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I could log into a game and just string together some expletives I know I shouldn't say, and I'd be booted out so quick. So if that's your goal, you can do it. But for anyone watching, they see it and they're like, whoa, I gotta watch myself.
Yeah, so exactly. So they see the result of what that does. Go ahead, CZ.
It's funny you say that. Do you ever watch speedrunners?
I do. Games done quick. I watch that a lot.
Yeah. Well, do you remember Disney's Club Penguin?
I do. And I think I know this story as well.
Once Disney said, we're going to close down Club Penguin, it's going to be done at this point, people started doing speed runs on how fast they could get banned from Club Penguin.
Yeah. Yep.
35 seconds from the time the page loads the first time to creating your account, getting into the game, and getting banned. 35 seconds is the world
including entering the CAPTCHA. Yeah, which was the most impressive part for me when I watched it. Yeah.
But yeah,
that's hilarious.
Yeah, the world record stood at 35 seconds but these were people that were trying to get themselves banned, so they would jump in, say something completely inappropriate, and because the system can, looks for expletive words.
Right.
And it'll auto ban on expletives. These people were trying to get banned with expletives.
Yeah.
I was like,
well, I mean, if it's shutting down, you've got nothing to lose. Of course, they're gonna troll it. Like that's there's no consequences to that.
Yeah. But there are people that try to get themselves banned just to see how fast, either how long they can go or how fast they can get themselves banned.
Turn it into sport.
Nice.
That's too funny.
World record bannings.
I don't want to live in that world. Club Penguin, sure. That game meant nothing to me. That's fine.
So let me ask another question. Since we've basically gone through all the topics for the ban hammer, have any of you ever gotten banned on anything? I haven't.
I'm trying to think.
I'm trying to remember. Hold on. Go ahead. Whoever can think of, go ahead.
I got accidentally banned once.
Sure.
No,
Accidentally.
No, actually, I was like I said, I put 1,500 hours in Star Trek Online. I happened to be. We were playing, and it gives the warning that they're doing the update, that they're going to be taking the servers offline.
Right.
And we would always run to see. We would play to see who could stay in the longest. Who could stay online, the longest during the patch process. And I was one of the last ones to stay online, and somehow during the patching, because my account was logged in, it actually got banned. So I actually had to call them and have them unban my account.
Nice.
They're like, "What
That's
happened?"
hilarious.
And then I had to explain to the poor customer service rep that I was logged in during their, during the
actual updates or whatever.
during the updates.
Scheduled maintenance.
Yeah, during scheduled maintenance, and
Yeah.
So
I know you're supposed to get off.
Yeah, basically what I told them was, I was like, well, I know I thought I was logged all the way out. I must have not closed it all the way out and still was logged in. So they had to go back and unban my account. So I've been accidentally banned.
That gets you street cred. Let's get you a little bit of street cred.
I've never been banned from my knowledge. The only thing I've ever come closest to is just getting kicked off a server for inactivity. Like it was a Call of Duty server.
Yeah,
That's it.
I've been kicked as well, not banned.
Yeah. So we got one banned person here.
Less street cred.
Yeah.
Much less. Yeah. Hey, I got kicked once. Get out. You're getting kicked again.
Well, hey, Karak, if you want to add some street cred, Zez is in chat. And he's a moderator for the BRG channel. We can ban you from that.
And then I'll be a banned person.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
But yeah, but to get down to the nitty gritty, there are times when banning is needed. If anybody's ever been to a League of Legends chat, they'll understand what I mean when I say there are points where banning should be required.
He says LOL, Zed.
Yeah.
Well, no, explain, because I've never been to a League of Legends chat.
It's savage.
It is this.
Is that savageness directed towards the players?
100%.
It's
as far as I know.
Yeah. It's as toxic can be.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. It's just. Yeah. Even Zez is on that one.
Yeah. Zez is saying, LOL chat is so toxic.
Yeah. LOL chat is it's just so toxic. And it's, it's one of those ones where they really should just start culling people just to,
But the most that happens in a chat like that is they get banned from the chat, and that's it.
Yeah.
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 And I know they've been working, that company's been working so hard to try and clean the crap out of their yard, but it's just been an immense undertaking. I don't want that job. That's the job I don't want. Taking out that trash.
Zez has hit the nail on the head. You go into a LOL chat and you get a stomach bug in real life.
Yeah. I've never felt so bullied.
Yeah. But there are people, and I know Zez can attest for this because I've actually watched him do it. there are people who play games like Dead by Daylight, and if they find out you're a streamer, and especially if you're streaming it while you're playing, if they, they'll come in and harass you after a game just because they think it's funny. And, that's not what you want to bring into your chat. So you need to keep that kind of stuff clear.
Right.
My rules in my chat are pretty simple. Just essentially don't be a dick. And most of the time it's a time. If you come in, you start being you start feeding the trolls, which happen to be my moderators. You're gonna get timed out. I don't ban anybody unless they're.
I have.
Unless they're being completely vulgar.
Yeah, I have probably 6 or 7 that I've banned off my channel. There were when I was playing Kingdom Come Deliverance, there were people who came in and they were trolling and they were saying do this and do that, and I was near the end of my stream, so I entertained them. I was like, okay, let's do this, let's do that, and so I had a little fun back with them, and but it was just purely fun. But you can tell when it's something that is fun and they're trolling versus something where it's malintent, malicious. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I've had some where I'm like, boop, gone. Don't want to deal with that.
Yeah, now there are some channels that I moderate that I've dropped ban hammers on.
Right. Okay.
For other streamers, that way they don't have to get their hands dirty. I can just, you're gone. See you later. Bye.
I've had Hamnisu do that once in my channel. He's a moderator in mine.
Yeah,
it's needed. It's needed. I mean, like the people typing offensive things into your chat might not offend you, but you need to be considerate of your audience. Like I said earlier, like you're responsible for what they're seeing. You're the one broadcasting. Like you gotta cut that shit right out. Like it has no place there. Like that's not why people are there. So if you remove it, nothing is lost and everything is gained.
Oh, wow. Zez just brought up a good point. He said female streamers get the worst of the trolling, in his opinion.
They really do.
Yeah.
They really, really do.
Yeah. They got to have a real thick skin to do that.
Yeah, like if I see one more show us your bobs comment, like I'm so over it. It's just not funny. Like it's not, I don't know. No one laughs at that. And if you do, question your motives.
Yeah, if you laugh at that, just go ahead and ban yourself at that point.
Yeah, self-ban.
Yeah, just self-ban yourself from Twitch. You'll be fine. You'll be fine in a couple of years. Yeah, I still agree with Zez on that. And with the Zez and I, we know each other. We all we hang out in the same Discords and in a lot of the same channels, and we hang out with a female streamer, and we've banned a couple of people from her chat for that because they come in and just want to be, don't want to use any level of decorum,
Yeah, I guess you got to think it's your house. It's your rules. Like if you're coming to me to watch me play, then abide by my rules. The same way if I invite you over to my house, you don't stand on the couch in your shoes. It's just not, I won't allow that. That's not okay to do.
What if I'm barefoot? Can I stand on your couch if I'm barefoot?
I'll let you do it. But yeah, I have rules that apply to certain people too. It's my kingdom. I get to do that.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Kirok, don't try it. Don't try it.
No, I won't. No. I got that foot fungus thing going on.
Gross. Oh, banned.
And on that bombshell.
Yeah.
All right. So that's we're at an hour now. So that's pretty much it. So you know what? That was great. It was an awesome topic in terms of like different articles. And if you noticed, all the articles that we went through all were from July. which is when we were supposed to air this topic originally.
Well,
but
August was when we were supposed to air this, right at the end.
oh, that's correct.
Yeah,
Sorry,
this was the August topic for those.
This is the August topic.
Yeah.
But they're not spread out throughout the year. The banning just like boom, 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 all happened all in one shot. So it's good stuff. Okay, so I want to say thank you first off to Macleaniac for being able to make it tonight and joining, so we can have a good discussion about banning and the ban hammer and what we, each of us and what we have as our own opinions on the subject. But as we wrap up, tell me, Macleaniac, what's coming up for you?
So coming up for me, I am going to be doing some streaming of a few different games. I'm going to be playing a little bit of Fortnite with my brother because he's actually good at the game, and he might carry me, and we might have some moments. And I'm probably going to be streaming a few roguelikes as well now that I got my PC back up and running, so I'm excited to do that.
Nice.
So yeah, that's where you'll find me. You'll find me playing games.
Yeah,
you can find me doing that just about every night. Yeah.
So where exactly can people tune in?
Oh right, you can find me. Yeah. You can find me at Macleaniac 456. Macleaniac was taken. I keep checking that account too. I'm like, as soon as that becomes available, I'm taking it. So yeah,
on Twitch, right?
On Twitch, Macleaniac 456.
Awesome. Cool. I, when you hop on, I'm gonna jump in. Actually, earlier tonight, I was in CZ's channel and watching what he was streaming. So, CZ, what are you up to? What's going on with you, my friend?
I am actually starting a Dragon Quest XI playthrough. It unlocked today, and today was my day one stream.
Damn.
Day one stream. Nice.
Yeah.
I'm jealous. That game looks awesome.
I tuned
it
in.
is
It is
so pretty.
It is beautiful. It is
Yeah.
beautiful.
It looks like sweet nostalgia, but like really modern and clean.
Yeah, it is. It's got the feel of a Dragon Quest game. It's got that good. Got that. I don't even know how to put it into words.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. It's super polished, and the characters look like Dragon Quest. Like if you're ever used to seeing Dragon Quest characters, they look like what you would expect, but they have they look like there's substance there. They're very three-dimensional. The shading on them is beautiful. It's perfect. It's a great game. Yeah. The environments. I actually get a kick over the environment more than I do the characters personally.
Yeah,
nice.
The environments are so clean. Even the battle environments are clean and like,
turn-based.
Yeah, it's still turn-based. But like the environments, like I was in high grass fighting bunnycorns, and you could barely see the bunnycorns over the grass because it's high grass and they're a short creature. But if there's something tall there, you'd see it through the grass because it's taller than the grass. There's environmental polish to that.
It's just good design.
Yeah, go ahead.
Their sound, the sound is polished. Like when you're in the cave, if you're fighting in the cave and you hear the people talking, you'll get a little bit of an echo from the cave. It's like these are environmental things.
Nice little touch, yeah.
Yes, the cruel cumbers.
So, where is it that people can watch you play this game?
Twitch.tv.
You're gonna be playing a lot of it, I can take it.
I probably am. I'm probably gonna be Wednesday or Thursday of this week. I'm probably gonna be firing up again at twitch.tv/component_Z.
Nice.
Sweet. What about you, Kirok?
Myself, so I've been offline for a period of about almost exactly a month, and I had mentioned this before I went offline because I had family visiting from Italy for about a week and a half. After they were gone, I went on vacation for about a week, a little bit more, and now I'm back. Now I'm good to start up again, and I will be streaming on my channel, continuing and finishing Mafia 3.
Ooh.
As well as Minecraft. So I'm just going to split my stream time between the two. And Saturdays, I plan to stream, as I have been doing, on the Hopalong Twitch channel. Hopalong Games, that is. That's right. And then once I finish Mafia, I'm going to transition back to my other game that I really like, which is Kingdom Come Deliverance. I haven't finished it. It's a great game. I've spent so many hours in this game. I just love it. So my Twitch is twitch.tv/KirokCraft, and then on Saturdays when I stream Hopalong, it's twitch.tv/Hopalong Games. Yeah, so come along for the ride. Hop along.
Sweet.
Oh, and hop along, I have a little interesting anecdote. I'm back from vacation as of Saturday. And while I was on vacation, I injured myself. Here, look, see. I have crutches. And so I pulled a muscle in the back of my leg, a hamstring or something, it tore, and I'm in the midst of getting it looked at and figuring out what's going on. So I'm hopping along.
Just where the name came from originally.
It is.
You remember,
Yeah. You had
I've been in the same boat, yeah.
And you were hopping, and I'm like, that's the best name ever.
We're manifesting destiny here. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna do with a little bit of house cleaning here, a little bit of house. What is it? House cleaning? Is it house cleaning? So this episode that you guys are watching, Defective Discourse, is a Bottle Rocket Gaming production, I guess you could say. We are part of a community where there's a bunch of gamers, and different gamers get together and game together, and some of us do things like what you're watching tonight. We'll stream live, we'll do a talk show. I know there is one done by Bob, if I'm not mistaken, Sequel Syndrome.
That's actually done on his channel.
Yeah, that's done on his. Oh, but it's still, he puts it under the umbrella of
it's
BRG on the channel, on the YouTube channel.
Yeah,
correct. Yeah,
it's recorded. It's recorded on his channel, and
and then archived on the BRG.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you can actually go, if you wanted to find out more about Bottle Rocket, you can go to the Bottle Rocket website, which is bottlerocketgaming.com. Bottle Rocket also has a Discord channel. It's actually one of the best ways to kind of get involved with the community. Just do a search on Discord for Bottle Rocket Gaming. There you'll be able to hop in and say hi to people. And when I say it's the best place, I mean it is the place where a lot of stuff's going on. There are people constantly going in, people constantly chatting back and forth. And you'll find that if you hop in there, it's a very welcoming environment. And also one that's not for the faint of heart, because everyone just... It's not offensive in any way. It's just everyone's very open and a lot happens. Yeah.
Yeah.
The episode that you're watching us record live tonight will air on the YouTube channel, which is youtube.com/BottleRocketGaming, in about 48 hours. You'll be able to catch it there if you missed it here. So we have a YouTube channel, which is pretty good. And you are currently on the Twitch channel, so twitch.tv/BottleRocketGaming. And what's really cool about the Twitch channel is it's not just us doing Defective Discourse. Throughout the week, there are other people, other members from Bottle Rocket Gaming that devote, an hour or two of their time and play a game and stream it directly on the Twitch channel for Bottle Rocket Gaming. I've watched a few people do that. I've watched Component Z, I think it was. Zez, for sure.
Zez.
There was somebody else.
Rad Hazard.
Yeah,
Bob.
has done it as well.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, lastly, every little bit helps in terms of support. And when I say every little bit helps, you can watch, you can comment, just like Zez is doing in the chat right now. You can leave comments on the YouTube channels. You can, hit the little bell, hit the little like button. But we also have a Patreon. So if you're the kind of person who, doesn't want to hit the bell, doesn't want to hit the little thing, and you still want to support Bottle Rocket, you can go to the Patreon website, which is patreon.com/BottleRocketGaming, and there you can make donations. You can check it out, and there's different tiers. And if you feel moved that you want to see more, you could do things like donate there, and that'll go towards that'll actually go towards like providing games for people who are part of the group, part of Bottle Rocket Gaming, who may not be able to join us on a gaming night and need a game. We can actually, potentially get that game for them. Things like that. And I think it even might go towards like, I could be mistaken, but it could be going towards like servers. Like we had a Minecraft server at one point, or do we still have?
I believe we still have the Minecraft server. I think they've changed the host, I think is what happened.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. All right.
There was a whole conversation about it. I don't know the whole.
It happens.
I don't play Minecraft, so that's.
I have stopped, and now I'm finally getting back in. Finally started to get back in. I do love it. I miss it. And they just did a whole big update with all the ocean stuff and fish and swimming and so on. But yeah, so that's basically it. Thanks again, guys. Thank you, Macleaniac. Thank you, Component Z, for hopping in tonight and for going through this. Thank you, everyone who joined us in the chat, Zez and whoever else. D himself was in there. Thank you very much, guys. And we will see you guys again in a month's time. Next month, first Tuesday of the month, 11 p.m. Eastern Standard, and we'll bring you another Defective Discourse. All right, guys. Bye.
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 Don't forget to support us on Patreon. Also follow us on Twitter. Thank you for watching and good night. Cheerio.